recently, I have realized that my channel is now dead. I think that's pretty obvious by now. So today I decided to do the top 20 of my favorite anime episodes in Pokemon. Keep in mind that this is very much my opinion, and it's not your opinion. If you don't care about that, then good. Anyway, let's just get started. For number 20, I decided to put Hocus Pokemon. You've never heard of this episode before? Makes sense. I mean, I don't think I'd ever heard of this episode before I even saw it. Well, it's time for you to hear about this episode. Hocus Pokemon is a very interesting episode because Ash turns into a Pikachu. Yes, a freaking Pikachu. I'm not joking. This is a real episode. I said you'd never heard of it before. If you have heard of it before, that's great. I'm glad that somebody else actually saw this episode. There's nothing really else to this episode other than, I mean, it's got some pretty cool, there's nothing else to this episode. The only reason it's not number 20 is because it had a cool idea that no other Pokemon episode has tried yet. Number 19, So You Are Having a Bad Day. You've probably heard of Bonnie before. If you haven't, then where have you been for the last 3 years? But if you have, Bonnie is the sister of Clement, and that's really all there is to her character. She's really funny sometimes and always acts like the more responsible one, which I guess is a funny thing for Pokemon. I don't know, they try to be funny at times and then it kind of works and then sometimes it doesn't. I guess it depends on your opinion here. Anyway, so this episode, Bonnie and Bonnie and Meowth are tied together, and that's all there is to it. Yeah, man, my list sucks. A frenzied factory fiasco. A non-important episode. This episode is about Meowth and Pikachu fighting over who's going to end up in the Pokeball. By the way, in the end, neither of them end up in a Pokeball. Also, they saved a factory, a Pokeball factory, so you might be thinking, hey, in the end of the episode, maybe Ash Ketchum and his friends get a reward and a bunch of cool new Pokeballs they can use on their journey. No, that's not the case for this episode. For some reason, still in this universe, everyone still just uses Pokeballs as if Great Balls don't exist. Not even Great Balls. Alright, we're gonna ignore it. This episode's really funny because it shows Pikachu and Meowth fighting over who's gonna be in the Pokeball. I think I already said that. I already said that. Man, I suck at this. Anyway, they get themselves paid as Pokeballs. That's kind of funny, right? Don't bully me, please. And number 17. Give me a second. Haunter vs. Kadabra. I'm not reading off a script. Haunter vs. Kadabra is about dolls. Well, Misty and Brock specifically get turned into dolls. And Ash Ketchum, being the good boy he is, has to save them with his Haunter. Because his Haunter left and Misty and Brock got turned into dolls. So now, I mean, it's up to Ash, basically, to fix his mistakes. And, oh, wait. Nope, he doesn't get the gym badge legitimately. There's another one. That he doesn't get a legitimate gym badge. Good job, Ash. And number 16 is the Cave of Mirrors. Well, this episode's interesting. Ash Ketchum goes into another dimension with his Pikachu. Well, no, technically he goes into the other dimension to save his Pikachu. You see, Ash has lost his Pikachu, and now the only way to save him is to go in the other dimension and save his Pikachu. So, Ash Ketchum, along with his hat and his Pokemon, go on an adventure. That's not as epic as it sounds. He meets some really cool characters though. They're all the characters we know and love, Bonnie, Clement, and Serena, but they're the opposites of them. And I think that this was a very creative idea. I'm not stuttering. Oh yeah, 15's a Pokemon Emergency. Pokemon Emergency is the second episode of all time, and the first episode Team Rocket's in. This episode explains to us why Team Rocket wants to have Pikachu. And it does, I mean, yeah, Pikachu. They want Pikachu because he has a Thunderbolt. That wasn't actually even legitimately his Thunderbolt. It was powered up by a bunch of other Pikachus. But I mean, if you saw the episode before, you'll know that Pikachu is pretty powerful, I guess. No, he is. But then he lost that Snivy 20 seasons later, so... And don't try to correct me and say it's 14 seasons later. I know it's 14. I'm just... Number 14, Gotta Catch You Later. The last episode in the anime. Did you say Hoenn? I didn't hear that. This episode concludes the Johto region, and Misty, Brock, and Ash all say that they go their separate ways to all become Pokemon Masters. No, just kidding, just Ash. But Misty, she wants to become a gym leader. Well, she doesn't want to, but she's forced to. And Brock, he wants to become a Pokemon breeder, like usual. So he goes another way too. He's a Pokemon breeder. I always think of it as a guy who forces two Pokemon in a room to, what's number 13? Okay, Can't Beat the Heat is number 13. And I think that this episode's great because there's Charizard in it, and he fights Blastoise. But in all seriousness, guys, it's because Ash and Gary finally face it out with his Charizard and Gary with his Blastoise. Well, I think this episode starts that way, but I don't think it's actually the start. It's actually a 2-part episode. So you probably should see the first part before you watch this episode. That's smart. Anyway, number 12, Charizard chills. It's where Charizard has the chills, and Ash is trying to get him out of an ice cube, and they actually bond together, and it's a really nice episode. I'd would recommend. It's number 12, so I mean, but I think I'm recommending everything on this list, although I don't really, I'm just trying to get done with this list, honestly. I don't really know what's going on. Let me check number 11 real fast. It's like, wait, I'm not using a script. What did you say? Oh, Race for Home. Yeah, that's an episode. I mean, it's about a race. Yeah, it's about actually Serena in a race against her mom. Because Serena wants to stay on the journey with Ash, but her mom, even though I guess Serena's 10 now and she can do whatever she wants, her mom's still in charge. I don't really understand Pokemon. Like, I thought when you're 10 you could go off on your own and you're basically done with life. But nope. I mean, Ash is still in school apparently, so I mean, that's a thing. So, then I guess Serena's mom could have just kept her at home for the next 5 years if she wanted, probably, right? I don't understand this world. What is it supposed to be? Can somebody explain to me, like the idea of Pokemon? Because I still don't understand, and I've been a fan for 11 years now? 11 years. 11 years. That's a long time. Happy 20th anniversary, Pokemon. Just wanted to say that before the episode ended. Yeah, number 10 is